You would think having a Rust-inspired base building system in DayZ wouldn't work very well, but it works a lot better than you would think. This is one of the newest base building mods that have come to DayZ, and this one is designed by the DayZ Rearmed server. This was their own mod that they had running on their servers for, I'd say, a couple of months to maybe a year, and they finally made it public on the Steam Workshop. Now, as you know, in DayZ there's 101 different base building options when it comes to the modded side of DayZ. This is definitely the newest one, and I think it's got to be one of the better base building systems out there. For a couple of reasons. It's got some unique raid options, it's got some unique build options, and it's actually very easy to use. First of all, what you need is a territory system or a territory HQ. These are the same as your flagpole, for example, just in a different way. And you put this down and you hit authorize, and then you're good to go, and you can, I suppose, add as many people as you want to it. And this base building system does have a decay kind of system on it. So the way you keep that up is you have to put nails in this every once in a while. I don't know how often the nails go down, but it needs 1500 nails to make sure the base stays active and doesn't decay on you. Once you have that down, what you next need to find is one of these, which is a blueprint to be able to actually build the base. Now, you can craft these with combining paper together, or you can find them around the map. This will depend on whatever way the server you're playing has it set up. And once you do, you'll be able to build something like this. Now, I've just been messing around with this by myself over the last few minutes, and it's very easy. It's my first time actually ever using this system. I loaded it onto my private server and gave it a go and picked it up very, very quick. With this blueprint is where things become a little bit different. If you hold left click, it'll open up this menu for the blueprint, and you're able to select a load of different options. So you have your foundations, got your floors, got your walls, half walls, door frames, double doors, windows, doors, everything that you can think of, staircases, ladders, everything. And what you do is, say you want a foundation kit, you just hover over foundation, leave go of left click, and then it will select this foundation for you. Now, what you also need to do is have the materials for your base in your inventory. So if I go to my inventory, I already have a couple of logs, I have some planks, and I have some nails up here. So I have everything I really need in my inventory to be able to get a base down. If you don't have this stuff in your inventory, it will not work. So thankfully I have it all in my inventory, so we can go and place a foundation down right here. So, and you just click it and it'll put it down, and the snapping works really, really well. Don't have to press any buttons, it automatically snaps to wherever you want it to. So I'm going to put another one, we'll say here, we'll do a little 2x2, another one here, and we'll put another one here. I love the way this works. Even the puff of like dust when you put down a blueprint is pretty neat. What you get first is pretty much like any other base building system. You get your frame first, and then around that you'll be able to build on top of it. I'm also going to select a ramp. I'm going to select this ramp here. It's just so I can put it down so we can have an entrance to walk up into. So you can walk on the frame like normal, and you're able to go around. Now, for me, it doesn't seem to use a lot of materials. Can actually, you know, fill a backpack with 20, 40, 60 logs, which I know if you're playing kind of in survival way, will take a bit of time to get, but totally worth grinding it out, because then it makes base building so much easier when you have a lot of materials on you. I'm going to select a wall now. So we're going to go over here. I want a full wall, and you can put down walls. It seems like you don't have to rotate it either. It will automatically have the walls facing the right way, so the inside of the wall will be on the inside and the outside will be on the outside. And you can select whatever you want. It's so simple to use. I've been watching a few videos. First video I did watch seeing the system was Chris FPS. I think he was doing a video on one of the Rearm servers, and it looked very, very cool. And I was talking to Designful about it, asking him if he was going to release the mod anytime soon, and he ended up releasing it a couple of days ago. When you don't want it, then you just put away the blueprints, and the outlines and stuff will go away. Now, what do I need here? I have planks and everything on me. So what you need is a claw hammer. These are in the mod pack that you get. So it comes with hammers. It also comes with its own code lock, so you don't need any separate code locks or anything like that. It's all enclosed in the one mod, which is super useful. And this claw hammer has a lot of different uses. This claw hammer you can use to upgrade your floors. You can also use this one claw hammer to remove floors. So if you want to remove your foundation or whatever, you can do. So you don't need two separate tools. You don't need a hammer and then an axe. The one tool does everything, which I find super useful. So I'll just show you this. It takes a bit to dismantle stuff. I think you have a bit of a time frame as well where you have to get these down. So if you make a decision where you want to remove something, you have to do it fairly quick after putting it down, or you just won't get the option again, as far as I know. What I need to do now is get another foundation to replace the one we just dug up, and there we go. Cool. So we can lay some floors down. Super useful having everything in your inventory, because you don't have to get confused about each wall or floor having its own inventory. It just makes it so much simpler when you can just put everything in your backpack and just go and start building. So you can upgrade everything to wood. There is 3 stages of kind of tiers. So tier 1 would obviously be your wood one, like we're doing here now. You can have tier 2 and tier 3, so metal and concrete. They all use vanilla textures, which I like. So it does, you know, fit in with the world of DayZ. And I don't know if we're ever going to get a base building update in DayZ itself, but hopefully down the road we get some type of base building. And I really do hope that the DayZ devs are taking ideas of what, you know, modders are doing, and hopefully kind of coming up with ideas based on what modders are making in the game. And hopefully one day it'll allow us to have a really cool base building system. Like something like this mightn't be the perfect way that they want it for, you know, their kind of survival game, which would make sense. But, you know, taking bits and pieces or features or ideas from each and every base building mod out there and making one like really cool mod that works with the vanilla game is something that would be really impressive to see in the game itself. But anyway, while we can dream about getting a base building update someday, we can continue building our base. Now, you notice here that we have our frames down, but we can't add any doors or anything to these, and it's because these are all separate. So we go back into our blueprint and we can get a door. We want just a standard door here. We put them there, and then what we need over here is window shutters, which are these here. Boom, there. And we don't have enough materials, so we're out of planks. Put a few more planks in my backpack, and there we have it. All I need to do now is put some floors down, so you can use the frame floor as a flat roof if you want. Simple as that, and we can upgrade them all to wood. Now there is angled roofs in this as well. I haven't actually used them yet, but I did try and place a few. They look certainly interesting, so you can come up with some pretty unique base designs with this mod. Alright, so we have a little secure base now, which is great to see. You can open up your shutters, all that good stuff. And these are the code locks that are in the mod itself. So you don't need any third-party code locks or anything like that. It all comes with everything you need in the one mod, which is also very nice. So I'm going to close this, attach my code lock, and there it goes. It is all authorized. Then as well, you can actually set the code lock. I was not looking at it properly when I was doing it, so you just go over, set it like normal, enter your code to whatever you want it to be, and there it is. So good to know. Obviously it was that way. I was just not looking at it properly. Now, another thing that makes this Rust inspired is the way you can make triangular shapes on your base. Now, I've not played a lot of Rust. I have watched some Rust videos, and I have seen, you know, people make bases that they have like these triangular shapes, and they can make like airlocks and stuff for their bases. And now you can do the same with this mod, and it's pretty interesting. So it's definitely one of the things that makes this a bit unique, is that you have one of these triangle foundations down, and you can do different things with it. Now, I'm not very good when it comes to this base building type stuff. I'm a very simplistic base builder, but I have seen, you know, people make crazy bases with this stuff. But you can do some pretty interesting stuff with it. And of course, I keep misplacing these bloody frames. And then you do have your own triangular roofs and stuff as well, or it's a floor, but you can use it as a roof. Doesn't really matter. Nice. And then you have a triangular kind of area to it, so you can make really cool, unique ways. You could probably make some crazy airlocks and stuff. There's probably so much things you can do with it, but you know, it just looks cool. and it is certainly a bit rust inspired. And the same goes for if you want to upgrade this to metal. So I have a couple of metal sheets in here, and you can literally just walk in, just as long as you have the metal in your backpack, a hammer in your hand, and you can just simply upgrade everything to metal. You have to do the doors and the door frame separately, but those all work. Your code locks stay on, everything. But you can have a mixture. You know, again, it's metal textures. It's so cool. So clean. The triangular shapes are so different to what we've had in DayZ before. And the same goes for concrete. So you can upgrade from metal to concrete. It doesn't look like you can upgrade from wood straight to concrete, so it has to be metal then concrete. But you can just upgrade. Simple as well. You don't need any nails. You just need the materials itself. Yeah, see, for example, you can't just upgrade. It says cannot upgrade insufficient materials. So you have to go wood, metal, then concrete. But to be honest with you, it's not the end of the world. It looks clean as well. The concrete's actually quite nice. Sometimes concrete bases in DayZ can look a bit crappy, but they do look quite nice, I must admit. So for raiding, the mod comes with a couple of different options. You can raid it with melee weapons, but it does take an awfully long time, and you know, the chances of you raiding a base like this on a modded server with melee weapons is pretty much going to be zero, not going to be worth your time. But the mod does also come with different types of C4. It comes with two different variants. That's an improvised one and a C4 explosive. I'd assume one does more damage than the other, but that's what they look like. Pretty clean looking models as well. What I'm actually going to do quickly, to see if the raiding actually does work, is I'm going to just get rid of the territory altogether. Technically then nobody owns the base, and we can arm it and blow it up and see what happens. Jesus, that was louder than I was expecting it to be. Wow. So for when you're raiding a base as well, it does actually show you the damage you have done to a particular wall. As you can see, we're looking at the door here, and the bottom white line where it says door in that box, the bottom white line is full, which means it's full health. But if we look at the wall next to it, you can see the line has kind of turned green, and it's about 3/4 full. So we have done damage to it. Obviously the home explosives are not as good as the rest. So we might put a C4 explosive on it now. And I've been told to put it actually on the door itself, so we'll leave it like that and see if it'll blow the door off. Jesus. I love the explosion sounds, they're so good. So it didn't actually blow the door off either, but as you can see now with the door, about halfway, maybe even a little less than half health in it, so 2 of those C4 explosives and you're through that metal door, no problem. The other ways of raiding as well is you can put ladders in enemy territory. So you can put ladders, traps, I think they said camo nets works as well, and everything else is blacklisted. So you can be a bit sneaky with how things work. So say for example, you come across a base, maybe a small base like this one in front of us, and you notice there was like a hole in the roof or something, maybe the base was under construction or whatever. Didn't have any C4 in you, but you maybe had some building materials on you, or you could easily get some building materials. What you can do is build a ladder, and you can literally place a ladder next to the base like they do in Rust. Get up the ladder and you can like vault into the base pretty much. Go build a ladder and get into it. So I have the materials on me to be able to get in, and you just kind of have to try and find a spot to be able to do this. You can obviously rotate the ladder whichever way. So you can put the ladder like, let's say there, for example, and you can climb up this thing. And you could obviously try to, you could probably even, can you even vault that? Maybe you can. I actually don't have stamina, hang on. Take that off. Yeah, up on the ladder and vault and you're in. I think you can even get down on the ladder. Yeah, you can. Yeah, and you can boost up. So then say, another ladder up here, you need to get up. You could also just come in with your blueprint, build another ladder, get up and up and up, and you could just keep climbing. You could also, if you wanted to, you know, place a bear trap in front of your enemy's house. You can mess with them. I like that they leave things in, like you can, you know, get ladders up, or you can place traps. So, you know, you don't like somebody, your neighbors being a bit rude, leave a trap there and just walk away. Hopefully they don't see it. It's cool that you can do stuff like that. Also that feature where you can go up to a base and you can knock on it. Knock on the door. think you can do it. So you can pretty much do it in any material. And the sound changes depending on what material you're knocking on, which is pretty funny. Yeah, it's a cool thing. So I don't know why you would necessarily need it, but I don't know, it's a cool feature. That is this rearmed base building mod. It's one that's been obviously in work for a couple of years and has been tested and all that on their own servers, and it finally has gone public, and it's a really cool mod. It really is. It's very simple but yet clean mod. It looks good. It kind of suits the environment of DayZ as well. But yeah, you have to let me know what your thoughts are on this mod down below. I am a big fan of it, I must admit, and I'll definitely have to mess around with this a bit more, and hopefully we'll see it on some servers in the coming weeks and months that this mod gets more popular. But yeah, overall I'm very, very happy with it. I'm finally glad they decided to release it to the public, because this is something that is definitely needed. And yeah, that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. So peace out for now.